Let's talk about what we saw on Thursday night. Let's start the episode off where the 2025 season started off, and what a wild ride this was. It feels like it was forever ago, but Thursday night last week was a wild game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles, a banner-raising night for Philadelphia that started off with some spit, finished off with an hour-long weather delay, finished off with a couple of drop passes, finished off with a Philadelphia Eagles W. 24-20. The Eagles start the season off 1-0, and despite what looked like a really solid effort from Dak Prescott, the Dallas Cowboys fall to 0-1 to kick the season off. All right, J-Tuck, I'm going to swing it up to you. There's silver lining in this, right? Dak's back. He looked good. You could argue at points in the game, the Dallas Cowboys were certainly outplaying the Philadelphia Eagles, and you could argue CeeDee Lamb had a good day until he didn't, right? He had over 100 yards. He had 7 catches. You also see something out of Javonte Williams, right? 2 touchdowns, but you have the Miles Sanders fumble. You have the multiple drops from CeeDee Lamb, and next thing you know, you look up and the game's over. Cowboys lose this one. How do you assess what you saw? Because like I just mentioned, there is a lot to take away from this positively from what you saw against the former champs, but at the same time, you walk away knowing, I feel like we should have had this one, yet it resulted in a loss.
Yeah, so as bad as I wanted to rain on Simone's birthday and her parade, I didn't mean figuratively speaking, like, because that rain delay actually hurt. I think overall, the thing that really stood out from Thursday's game was there's a lot of negativity, doubt, and hate on both sides of both quarterbacks when it comes to Dak Prescott or Jalen Hurts. And I think Thursday night, both sides proved that they are really elite quarterbacks, right? Even for Jalen Hurts, even though he didn't throw for 200 yards, he kind of had his typical game. He shows that he's a game changer just scrambling outside the pocket. And when you take those bad rush pursuits and you don't have a lion out there that can actually chase him down, he can actually be deadly and change the course of the game. On the other side of the ball, when it comes to Dak Prescott, we saw what he can do from the pocket as a quarterback, right? He pretty much led that offense from the opening drive, and he kind of set the tone. So, overall, I know people want to say moral victories or whatnot. I'm not going to take this as a moral victory, and the reason why is because it's just the Eagles. And like I was saying on the show before, we don't look at the Eagles like the rest of the league might look at them. Like, we don't struggle versus the Eagles. Like, we haven't got dog walked with Dak Prescott as our quarterback from the Eagles ever in life. So there was no need to really be afraid. It was just a good back and forth game. I felt like there were some good things done from the offensive standpoint. Kid Blue already mentioned Javonte Williams was a surprise, but Miles Sanders, the fumble kind of hurt him, getting hawked down by Zach Bond, kind of changed the course of the game. And like Rio said, when it comes to Jake Ferguson, Jake Ferguson got paid his top 10 money, right? Jake Ferguson got paid. CeeDee Lamb got paid. When we used to talk about we didn't have this money to sign Micah Parsons, you have to step up in big moments like that. And that was a big moment. Jake Ferguson failed Dak. CeeDee Lamb failed Dak. And I'll say this, even George Pickens failed Dak because he was over there moping and groping already. You just got here, bro. You haven't even got your apartment yet. You're over there moping and pouting on the sideline and moping and pouting on the field. So overall, good showcase from Dallas Cowboys. There was some things that I like from both sides. I feel like Matt Eberflus and his defense really settled down after the rain delay. So that really helped not only our defense, but I think it helped the Eagles defense as well. So overall, good game. It's a good divisional battle between two rivals. But like I said, we don't look at Philly like
it. Sounds like we not rivals. So which one is it, Tuck?
I mean, we only rivals because of y'all fan base.
Bang, bang.
Ain't no rivalry. It's no rivalry for us. Like y'all don't stop us from doing anything.
Oh, okay.
We'll see what happens, but what we saw happen this past week was that Philadelphia train continuing to roll. Another W for Philadelphia. They kicked the season off right where they left off, 1-0. And Simone, I'm guessing based on what we saw in that Super Bowl, this wasn't up to the Philadelphia standard. We saw them roll the Kansas City Chiefs on both sides of the ball, scoring at will and just dominating defensively. This felt a little bit different, but a win nonetheless. So talk to me about the win, and was there any element of concern for you in this game moving forward? Then again, though, that they started off a bit slow last year and things worked out just fine. So how do you view what you saw from your Eagles and from Dallas on Thursday night?
From the Eagles' perspective, our standard was met because the standard is to win, no matter how it looks, no matter how it has to happen. The standard is winning games, which is what we do, which is what we did. Last week when we talked about the show, I said all I want to see from the Eagles is a win, no matter what it looked like. And that's what happened. But yeah, coming into the game, obviously our biggest concern was the cornerback position, Adoree Jackson. I told y'all this was a tryout for that role, and we see, it was a rough session of tryout. You know what I mean? We still got to go back as coaches, look and see what's available, what we could do for that deadline. But our defense, I mean, obviously it changed on the fly. We lost one of our best defensive players, arguably our best defensive player before the game even started. So not only did we have that weakness in the secondary, we had to make an adjustment instantly on the fly with Jalen Carter missing. And I'm just extremely impressed with the way that the defense bit down last minute, already came into the game with a sore spot in the secondary. And then to have to adjust for Jalen Carter not being on the field. Obviously, Jalen Carter brings much more than just, his physical play. He is one of the spark plugs, one of the energy on the team. So I'm just super impressed with our guys, our depth pieces, really stepping up. Morris Jormo and Jordan Davis, locking down without Jalen Carter. Once Jalen Carter got ejected, y'all, I was oh, heck, because we need that pressure up front. We lost 3 pieces on this defensive line last season. So to come into this game without the anchor up front and one of the anchors of this defense, it was scary hours. It was scary. But you know who we always got? Superman. You know what I'm saying? Defense hurting. We got another Jalen on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Miss one Jalen, the other going to step up. So Jalen Hurts doing what we know what he's going to do, which is win us these games. Move them chains, be effective with his legs, make the right throws. Obviously, the passing game wasn't looking this is what y'all expect from our passing game at this point. So it's looking how it's been looking. But A.J. Brown, he's been hurt all training camp. He only practiced twice this offseason. It honestly could be a situation where A.J. Brown wasn't even healthy in that game. We didn't even know if he was going to play this game a week out. So Jahan Dotson, depth pieces, make big plays. They step up. Depth look great. Will Shipley look good. He obviously got hurt, but Will Shipley, A.J. Dillon, they look great. Defense bit down in the second half. First half, obviously we was getting, pieced up a little bit, but defense bit down in the second half. Linebacker room looked even better than it did last season. And the best part of it all is we got new pieces next week. So we get Jalen Carter back. We got Zadarius Smith now in town. We got Tank Bigsby. We got Cash Doll. We got a lot of new stuff coming.
After what we saw on Sunday, and what we saw on Sunday is a Commanders W, a divisional W, 21-6, the final in Washington. Defense didn't allow the Giants to do anything. Russell Wilson, 17-37 for 168 yards. That's good for just over 4 yards an attempt. Russell Wilson leads the team in rush yards with 44. Their highest running back was Tyrone Tracy with 24 yards. Malik Neighbors, he always comes to play, 71 yards, but that was the lone highlight for the Giants on offense. Meanwhile, the Commanders, Jaden Daniels, a solid outing, 19-30, 233 yards and a touchdown. And how about Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt? 10 carries, 82 yards, a touchdown in his debut with the Commanders. Well, Rio, you said it was preseason game 4 for the Commanders. The Giants wish it was preseason game 4 because they were the best team in the preseason. Here comes the regular season, week 1. And KB, it just wasn't great. I mean, defensively, you like what you see throughout the defense there. 21 points to this quarterback, to this offense. You can live with that. The problem is you can't get in the end zone. So you're watching this game. How frustrating was it watching this and saying, you know what, it feels like we're in it if the offense could do anything. And then by the time the game ends, just nothing ever happened. What was the perspective on your end from Giants Nation here watching this game unfold?
All right, I'm going to try to keep this as short as I possibly can because I can rant for an hour on this. There were problems with every minute of this game. When you have a team like the Washington Commanders, a really good team like the Washington Commanders, and they put up over 400 total yards on you, but at the same time, you're still within one score the entire game, and you can't capitalize on it. I don't know what else a team can do for you in order for you to... I mean, Washington was asking for the Giants to stay competitive in this game. They were asking for them to win that game. I mean, the majority of the game was 14-3, 14-6, the majority of the game, due to either Washington had bad penalties, they had 11 penalties in this game. They had a lot of drop passes. Jaden Daniels wasn't completely accurate. There were a couple of balls that were behind receivers. He almost got intercepted in the first drive of the game. There were so many opportunities for the Giants to capitalize on that could have kept them in this game. And it would have been one of those moments where we talk on this show where we say the team who wasn't better just won because they were able to capitalize on mistakes. That's what could have been the topic today. But it all started with that missed interception opportunity by Cordell Flott, and I knew it was just going to go downhill from there. And just constantly, time after time, the Giants couldn't do anything, especially offensively. The defense did what they can. They tried their best to contain as much as they can. Like I mentioned earlier, 400 yards of offense, but still only 14 points to show for it. The Giants were able to hold Terry McLaurin. He wasn't an issue. He had like 27 yards the entire game. Paulson Adebo followed him around. He was locked up. And on the other side of the football, Malik Neighbors just couldn't get the ball. They did a whole compilation on the broadcast of how many times Malik Neighbors was getting open, and Russell Wilson either couldn't get him the ball because he didn't see him or couldn't get him the ball because he was constantly under duress by the offensive line. And the offensive line, it's worse than I could imagine. I mean, golly, I just started breaking down the film, and there are multiple plays where just about every single offensive lineman lost their rep. Like, not even one offensive lineman on a single play won their rep. There are multiple plays like that all around. Just everybody was terrible. The running backs didn't have anywhere to run through. The play design, the play calling was Mike Kafka got the play calling back. He needs to give it back to Brian Daboll immediately, because why is it the first play in the red zone we have a rollout pass to our 5th round offensive tackle? Our 5th round offensive tackle, when we have a guy like Malik Neighbors and Cam Scatterbill and Theo Johnson and Daniel Bellinger on the team. We decide to get cute and try to score with our offensive lineman in the end zone. And from there on, it was terrible. We got a free first down from a 4th down that was illegal use of hands or something like that, some weird penalty. The Giants got another free 4 plays inside the 5 and still couldn't get into the end zone. I mean, I don't know what else. I don't know what else the Giants could have or what else Washington could have done to help the Giants win that game, because it really seemed like they were trying to let the Giants win the game, honestly. But there are plenty of things I can go over, but bottom line, the Giants couldn't capitalize. They had no turnovers in this game. It's not like, they just played messy. There were no turnovers in the game, no fumbles, no interceptions.
None that stood.
None that stood. Yeah, whatever. None that stood.
Game, none stood
and the time of possession was as close to even as you can get it. The time of possession, I'm looking at it right now, it's a difference of literally 1 minute, the time of possession difference. So it's not like Washington just dominated time of possession and the Giants just never had opportunities. They were there. The problem is the Giants couldn't do anything in the end zone. So, I mean, don't know what. My God.
Well, Rio, maybe it wasn't an absolute beatdown like you were hoping for, but a W nonetheless. 1-0 in the division. You can't beat that. Jaden Daniels looks good. You have real solid production in the run game. Deebo Samuel was bringing some stuff to the table. This defense shuts down the G-men. What was your big takeaway? Obviously, last year, such a great season. It was important to get off to a good start, and you do. So did you love what you saw? Is there room for improvement? If so, what are you looking for? Your biggest takeaways from the W over the Giants?
Biggest takeaway, we came from out of joint practice at Northwest Stadium on Sunday victorious. It was joint practice. That was preseason game number 4. That was joint practice. That was not an NFL game versus an NFL caliber football team, and we did not play our best. We left a lot on the field. We left a lot to be desired and still came out victorious. I would give our offense a C+ on Sunday. The quarterback, B-, C+, and I love Jaden. Jaden is him. Jaden's so good that even when he's off, he's still putting up 300 yards of offense, and we left a lot on the field. Terry, he need to get on the Peloton a little bit more. Him and Jaden got to get their timing back right. He's only been at practice for like 8 days so far, and it looked like it. Jaden missed him on what should have been an 80-yard touchdown on the 2nd or 3rd drive of the game. Go route, double move the corner, beat the hell out of the defender. Jaden put the ball 3 yards in front of him. A couple passes behind Deebo Samuel, one behind Lane, one behind Ertz, but at the end of the day, still 230 yards to the air. Got him a touchdown to Zach Ertz early. He had 70 on the ground too. He lost a couple yards because he took a couple knees in victory formation, but all I want to talk about is the defense. The offense didn't get tested yet. The offense, ask me about them on Thursday night when we go up to Lambeau to play the Packers. The offense wasn't even required. We didn't even have to play our game. Our game is like pace and space and go for it on fourth down. We weren't even going for it on fourth down because we didn't need to, because they got rinsed, washed, and tumbled dry Russell Wilson at quarterback on the other side, who provides no resistance at all for defense. He was out there running for his life to get them 44 rushing yards. You know, show of hands in the division right now. If your quarterback threw for 200 yards, put your hands in the air. If your quarterback threw for a touchdown, in week 1, put your hands in the air. Hey, your quarterback almost threw for 200 yards, but they sold him down the river. I don't know what confidence that was instilled in you of old man. Oh, he beat Washington last year. Bro, that Steelers roster can eliminate half of it and they would beat the Giants by 27 points. Like, that is not the same thing. You'll talk me about Tyrone Tracy. Meanwhile, my RB4 KB came in and gave you 8.2 yards a carry on 10 carries.
Oh, God, that 42-yard run did not matter at all.
It didn't matter at all. You would do backflip. You would do illegal activities for a 40-yard game. You would do.
It was the last 2 minutes of the game, up 2 scores. It didn't matter.
Every carry was effective from Bill.
I'm not scared of Bill. I'm not scared of little Bill.
You don't have to be afraid of anything. He's wiping down all your running backs already. It only took him 10 touches. It only took him 10. And you know what he did on Sunday? He scored a touchdown. You ain't did that shit in week 1 in 4 years. I know. Since 2022. My God. It was a whole presidency ago the last time y'all scored a touchdown. In week 1 of the season.
I told you, I am the strongest soldier, okay? The football gods are building my character, okay? So that one day I'll be humble enough when I'm king of the NFC East, okay?
That's what's up.